Welcome back, everybody. We begin now. We have a panel discussion. The power of youth is infinite when guided by Dharma. How can Dharmic values anchor our young minds in the digital flood? To deliberate on this, we move into our next panel discussion. I invite our panelists, Swami Vigyanand ji, Swami Mitranand ji, and the moderator for this panel will be Shefali ji. The topic for this panel is the Hindu Manifesto, Youth, Dharma and the Digital Dilemma.
नहीं आपको जहाँ सुविधा हो
पहले बुक रिलीज
Yes. We will begin with the book launch of the Hindu Manifesto. I invite Professor Kamb ji to do the honors.
Yeah.
वीडियो जगत वीडियो hello can you hear me? Okay, namaskaram everybody. It's a post lunch session, I know, and the lunch was especially good, so I also know that you are all waiting for a little siesta. But I promise you that this discussion is going to be very, very interesting. And if at all you are feeling sleepy, that sleep will run far away. Because we have with us two of the monks in the tradition of Swami Vivekananda's warrior monks. Swami Vivekananda had said that the society needs heroes whose armor is Vairagya, but who are striving continuously for society's good. And both Swami Vigyanand ji and Swami Mitranand ji, they both exemplify this warrior sannyasi spirit. And it is my privilege to host this discussion. As you can see, I am also dressed in kashayam. That is for a reason. I wanted this to be the only session or the first session in any literature festival where the entire stage is in saffron. This is good saffronization. If you agree, you can clap a little more. See, normally I never write questions or write anything down. But today my guests are such erudite people that I am scared of making a mistake or losing a step. That's why I thought it's better that I write down my thoughts. So today's conversation is not about religion versus modernity. It is not about one against the other. It is about how our Dharma alone, how the Hindu thought alone, and I say this statement with full responsibility, how Hindu Dharma alone has the answers to the world's problem. From IIT labs to ashram halls, from youth camps to global conferences, both our guests have lived the bridge between logic and faith, between the microchip and the mantra. As I said earlier, they both embody the spirit of Swami Vivekananda's vision of a Yodha sannyasi, and I quote Swamiji, someone whose armor is renunciation and whose sword is wisdom. The motto of Ramakrishna Mission says Atmano mokshartham jagad hitaya cha, meaning it is for your own moksha to become a sannyasi, but it is also for the good of the world. And both my guests today exemplify this. Little about Swami Vigyanand ji. He is a technologist turned monk. He is a graduate from IIT Kharagpur. He is the founder of World Hindu Foundation. He is the architect of the Hindu Manifesto, the book that we have just released today. And my other guest, Swami Mitranand ji, the youthful face of the Chinmay mission, he's a mentor to thousands of young Indians today through the Youth Empowerment Program and the Awakening Indians to India movement. So together, they represent two sides of Dharma, one rooted in re-civilizing the world through structure and the other through awakening the youth. So today we will explore how Dharma, Hindu Dharma, the world's most ancient living philosophy, and I can't stress this point more, can offer the best answers to the deepest human questions. Swami Vigyanand ji, namaste.
Namaste.
It's a pleasure to have you here, sir. Your book Hindu Manifesto outlines 8 pillars for a Dharmic civilization, and these 8 sutras, as you call them, create a 2-tier framework as I see it. The first 4, they ensure structural strength. The one about economy, the one about security, one about education, and one about governance. And this is a collection of all the knowledge that we have in our original Shastras about all these topics. The last 4 sutras, they are more about the moral and cultural soul of this land. They talk about women's status, they talk about social equity, they talk about ecology, and they talk about the civilizational identity of this land. My question to you is, if a group of 25-year-olds came to you saying that we want to live this, we want to live our life according to the Hindu Manifesto, what would be the first 100 days be like?
See, first we have to tell our people, first we have to understand, what Hindu and Hindu Manifesto, as he pointed out. I have structured this book. I don't want to write 500 books. Not everybody will understand. So I just put as a following the tradition of our Gurus, Acharya, Sutra model, So 8 sutra. The first sutra is Dharmasya Moolam Artha. It is from Kautilya, Prosperity for all. Hindu want everybody to be prosperous. And I don't think anybody has any question on this principle anywhere in the world. The Hindu want everybody to be prosperous. Second principle is Satrun, sutra is from Mahabharata, Satrun Jaya Prajaraksha. In a short, defeating enemy, defending citizen. First, you need to identify your enemy, ensure defeat and destruction of the enemy, then only you can ensure the safety and security of the citizen. That is the second sutra. Sutras are very clear. Third sutra is from Mahabharata, again, Nasti Vidya Samam Chakshu. Quality education for all. Everybody should be given high quality, good, easily accessible education. Quality education for all. Fourth sutra is from, I will give you the background, is from Sakuntalam. I will give you the background. What is the background? When the Sakuntala was taken by Gautami, the wife of Rishi Kanava, and some of Brahmachari to the court of Dushyanta. The time they reach, the receptionist, I am using the word modern English receptionist, that lady is there. There was a lady there, receptionist, told them, oh, you just came, court is over now. Means you are something little late. But realizing that receptionist, her statement is wrong, she is correcting. Avishwam Loktantra Adhikara. She has used the word, not Prajatantra, Loktantra, you have a right in this Loktantra. King has no rest in the public service. He is a public service. He will come attend to you. This is what our democracy is, So, Avishram Loktantra Adhikar. So, these are 4 foundational sutra. Now, moving towards, she mentioned last 4 sutra is Civilization Sutra. How you measure a civilization? How you measure a civilization? How treat your women. And how you treat your women? They have given the standard, What is the standard? Istriya cha Purusha. Yeah, I don't want to make any some cheap comment, but I am using the English word. A beautiful woman, young women, adorned with all the gold jewelry, move alone freely in your estate. Move alone, apurusha, remember the word. Apurusha, move alone freely in your estate. Then you understand that now your estate has a respect for women, and also you have law and order, everything is maintained, nobody touches. This is very important. Therefore, is the highest respect for women. Sixth sutra is from Mahabharata. Ek manas tada loko, non-discriminatory social system. I don't want to, I will go in detail later on. Just here I want to just give you the short. Shantanu wanted to marry Satyavati. Who is Satyavati? Shantanu is a Kshatriya king. That Satyavati is a fisherman daughter, you know. And आज का दादा, you know, understand, you know, आज का दादा type, चल तेरी बेटी उठा लेते हैं, I will lift your बेटी and nobody will care. But that fisherman daughter, you know, that daughter father, fisherman has the guts to tell the king, if you want to marry my daughter, you have to fulfill the conditions. See the guts of that person and see the no status in the society. That fellow also has the same status. Finally, king has to come down. Devvrat has to accept that, and finally she was married. So there is no discrimination on that part. 7th sutra is care for nature from the Shanti mantra. 8th sutra, morning they were talking about. 8th sutra is from Prithvi Sukta from Atharvaveda. Mata Bhumi, Putram Prithibhyam, Mata Bhumi, respect for the land. Wherever we Hindus are, you need to be patriotic, you know. This is what the 8th sutra principle of this book is, and everything is from the Shastra, nothing is from my side. I have only give commentary. And coming to this youth point, the problem with the youth, first we are not teaching them what is about the Hindu, you know. The unfortunate part, across the world I travel, what is that? Hindu means Dandiya, Garba, Bhangra, Bharat, Natyam, Holi, Diwali. This is what our identity is. Very unfortunate. Another nowadays stereotyping our Hindu identity is means, oh, butter chicken kya? There is a system, butter chicken and masala something. Something, another stereotyping is, but Hindu means butter chicken something masala. I don't know, I have not eaten, you know. So these are the things. First, we need to educate our youth and society who we are, what is our wisdom, and how we see our world, you know. And once that will happen, then in 100 days, this, you know, realization will come. Nasto mohi smriti labdva, you know. That will happen. Then the real nature of building up society, nation will begin. And that is what our society was lacking. Therefore, it took some time. Sandeep ji is here when I first started working on this book. And now this year we offered, you know, this is my Gurdakshina to the Sangh. I am a Swamsevak and Pracharak also. I thought this is 100 years, there is no better way to pay my Gurdakshina, because many of you are Swamsevak here, you fellows are rich, you make money. I am a sadhu, I am a, you can say in English, we are non-producing member of the community. You know, Grihasthas are producing member of community, sadhus are non-producing member of the community. They are non-contributing member of the society, so I thought this is my contribution.
Thank you, Swamiji. Coming to you, Swami Mitranand, I have heard you often say that tell the young people that don't let your life become your social media feed. Let it be a field, let it be a field of activity. So today when we see our youth, and that's a common complaint of parents like me, that our children are forever, you know, digitally engrossed, how do we find answers in our scriptures, in our shastras, that will help the young people discover a life of silence, seva and self-realization?
My salutations to Swami Vigyanand, Shefali, and to everyone present here. Pranam, good afternoon. First and foremost, to the young people, we need to adapt the language which they are familiar with. And when we use that kind of a language, they do get what we want to say. So my working with youth, my working with youth has been making them do what you want, the way in which they like doing it. I'm repeating, get this point, you'll do very well with youngsters. Make them do what you want, but the way in which they like doing it. This formula works. Suppose we want to tell them, let's study Kamb Ramayan. They're not interested. Kamb Ramayan, young people, because it takes time for them to admire the depth of it. At 17, 18, to bring in Kamban, interest into Kamb Ramayan is extremely hard. So what we do there is, let us say, we create a theatre. Saying, now let's write dialogues from Kamb. Let's create a play. So, and then suddenly you will find all of them sitting there and doing research on Kamb Ramayan to pick up the finest lines to write a play. Now, we wanted them to read Kamb Ramayan. Theatre became a source for them to read. You mentioned about awakening Indians to India. That was a book which we did probably 25 years ago, and the book was done totally by young people. I'm talking 2.5 decades ago. We said we need a book with 500 facts on Bharat, different topics. So we sat together, imagine a group of 70, 80 people sitting and doing research on India, what should come. Then that book was made, Awakening Indians to India. We took it to Dr. Abdul Kalam. He did the foreword for it. And we conducted a quiz across the country. More than 285,000 children from universities participated. And then the same quiz went into television for 13 weeks. CTV brought it. Now this entire work was done by the youth. But if I tell to call them and say I give a discourse on Bharat, come sit, they don't get it. But you threw the work back on them, and imagine doing research and making, today research is quite easy. It's available on your phone. 25 years ago you need to go to all possible libraries to pick this up. So method of working with youth is this way. And then you initiate them into higher thinking, where we tell them, listen, if you need to evolve from human to divine, that's what the goal of human life is. We are all born human. By the time we pass away, we should be divine. Then we have fulfilled the purpose of our birth. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So we fulfill the purpose of our life if we realize that the goal is divine. And to reach there, the Antakarna Shuddhi has to take place. The Upanishad says, Manohi Dvividam Proktam, Shuddham Ashuddham Evacha. The mind is of two types, pure, impure. Shuddham, Kama Vivarjitam. Ashuddham, Kama Sankalpam. A mind which is selfish is impure. A mind which is selfless is pure. So to reach the higher, we need this purification of the mind, which is a mandatory. No one can reach to the divine without cleansing the mind. If a selfless work is done in the right spirit, the mind purifies. So giving them work, a higher, nobler goal, which obviously is selfless, and teaching them to dedicate it to the higher, slowly the purification takes place. That makes youngsters turn towards this. Now coming to the digital age, we need to first understand where they spend the time. So when I do classes to the parents in our schools and all that, I ask even our teachers, I ask, are you aware of on what your child is spending time? Unless you are aware of it, you can't correct the child. So even if we have to make a Balvia curriculum, syllabus, we need to know, because our spiritual class is once a week. 1 hour a week. And how much time do you think a child studying 5th standard would spend on digital content?
5 to 6 hours now.
A day?
Yes.
7 days? 35 hours? 35 hours of digital influence and 1 hour of spirituality. We must be kidding. Please understand the influence. So we need to know that system well and then guide them, that if you have to spend time in that, where all you can spend time, how you can spend time. So we make them work with the, I have done quite a bit with the digital content, show them the way, and slowly they pick up that that they belong to this country, they belong to this Dharma, they are somewhere the protectors of it, then they start voicing out. So in the end I'll show you once we are done with this, we have just made I have used the youngsters only totally, all non-professionals, but working with passion. So we have made a digital content, I'll show you the trailer, of Kamb Ramayan, where our youngsters have worked on AI. Nobody is professional, but it is the passion that Kamb Ramayan needs to be highlighted. So they learn how to use tools like Midjourney, how to use tools like Nano Banana. They pick up these kind of tools, work on it, and do. So going back, you want to work with youth, make them do what you want. But the field should be what they like doing it. So you give them, right, learn Nano Banana, learn Midjourney. Like, learn Midjourney. So a sannyasi is telling them. And they learn. And then what they produce from it, we create warriors who can handle this kind of a thing. Yeah.
Now, just to add, Swamiji, I will give you my experience. When we were organizing National Hindu Conference in Australia, youth, our a small team of youth, their understanding was Swamiji is very hard, very tough, very, this is how my image is, very disciplined, structured man. So when we had a meeting, whatever they demand, I accepted them, Last, they told we will do, during the conference was during the time of this, what is called Easter, they do egg hunt, in European culture, egg hunt. So they told we will do something like that. So I told we will buy Rasgulla from Haldiram, you do Rasgulla hunt. I will tell you, they did 3-day powerful conference, 300 youth, and we were sitting in the back because this conference was managed, run by them. They put a board, tell us what to do. Don't tell us how to do, we will surprise you by the result.
That is an amazing parenting mantra actually. I think everybody who is a parent to teenagers would do well to remember this. Awakening India to Indians, with my own experience, I can say that it makes an excellent gift for a child's birthday if the child is between the age of 10 to say 16. I have given, for my children's birthday, every birthday I have given only that book, and that book it's a really, really good book. Every child should read it, every adult should read it. Coming back to you, Swami Vigyanand, I would like you to talk a little bit about your first sutra, about Artha, but with a very specific thing in mind. I have often read and I have often heard also people speak that charity is not very habitual to Hindus. Only Christians do charity, or only people from other religions do charity. Hindus don't do charity. So how does, if you read this book, it talks a lot about this. So I would like you to throw some light on this.
See, in this book, first we are two sannyasi, Mayavadi, Vedanti, sometimes talking all these things don't look nice. This first chapter is on economy, I have mentioned here from all the Shastra. The importance of wealth. First is realize the importance of wealth. If we as a Hindu, we have forgotten the importance of wealth, Importance of wealth. Second part is how wealth is created, For that, what type of policy framework is needed. So all those things from the Shastra, these all from the 5,000 year old, Taxation, how taxation should be there. Everything is mentioned, Even I have mentioned, people talk about the socialistic thing, only against capitalistic exploitation only came from the Marx and Europe, from Prince Kropotkin, Bakunin and Marx and Engels. Here in the Mahabharata they are talking, you cannot exploit anybody, Their Dharma, Artha, Kama. If you exploit anybody wealth, you are exploiting against that. Coming to the, what he was talking about, the charity thing. Ultimate, we as a Hindu, we are aspiring for the higher goal in our life. What is the ultimate purpose for Hindu? For the wealth creation. When I was running a World Hindu Economic Forum in Bangkok, journalist asked me, what is the difference between other philosophy and your economic philosophy? So I told them, socialistic philosophy talk about the distribution of wealth. America, snatch from the rich and distribute to the poor. Communists talk about the creation of wealth, but they don't talk about sharing of the wealth. Hindu are the one who first talk about, this is from the Vedas, Sata Hasta Samahara Sahastra Hastra Sankira. create wealth with the 100. First, create with the 100 cent. If you are a smart, intelligent, fortunate, you have creating wealth. But same wealth, serve with the 1,000 hand, Sathahasta samara, sahastahasta sankira. Create wealth with 100 and serve with the 1,000 hand. This is what the Hindu purpose of wealth creation. That is what our concept of charity is, seva is. We are not doing philanthropy. For us, it is seva, And coming to this important part, generally what she was telling, because the Christian only bombard us, we don't do seva. I am just giving example. I don't know about the Coimbatore, because I will give you example in Delhi, because the best colleges in Delhi is all created by society, not by any government. Hindu college, Ramjas college, Kirorimal college, Hansraj college, all the best colleges. I always tell, the best colleges, education institution is all started by the society. Even now, even in the modern time, Banaras Hindu University is the world's largest university in one campus with the departments. It's not created by any government. So, you can see all these all by charity. I don't want to go in detail, otherwise it will be lecture, There is a survey, post 1857 survey, that is 11 volume survey. This Hindu society, why it was not enslaved by permanently, always it was fighting, resisting. So there is a survey, Hume was the chairman of that survey, he is writing, a society living in India based on volunteer, mutual, spontaneous cooperation, You understand, this is what he is, unless and until you destroy this, you cannot make them permanent slave. And he is giving example, here you have those days, you have this is a warm country, everywhere you have pyao, pani ko kya kehte, pyao, what you say here in the
free water.
Free water, So those days they put ghada, mud pot, ghada, and fill the water. He is telling, if you have to do in England, we have to prepare budget, we have to put the ghada, and every day we have to fill the water in that. Here it is very common, spontaneous, there is nobody budget, there is no guidance, this is part of the society. He is talking about Kumbh Mela, millions and millions of people are coming, no government is feeding, people are fed there, This is how the society is there. So charity, seva was not philanthropy in the European sense. For us, it was part of the seva. Unfortunately, we were made poor by the European, looted, plunder, and become poor. And how much poor person can do seva? This is how the society is. Now, I was discussing with Mohandas Pai. Mohandas Pai told me, Swamiji, panam, means. Now the wealth is coming. We are getting prosperous. Our strength is also coming. Courage, is also coming, and we are regaining our pride. So, therefore, the first sutra talks about the economic strength of the Hindu society. And the last part I have mentioned, why we became poor. So there is a 3 book. There is a famous book you all must read. One book is especially The Case for India by Vildura. How British looted, about that. This is not Sasi Tharoor, that is all old record. So the summary of that book, there is a 2-volume book by Arshi, The Economic History of India, part 1, part 2. The summary of the how they looted and we made us poor. And also I have given how we were rich. Not from our side, Angus Madison data, how we were rich. So the first chapter is on this.
Swami Mitranand, in your book Gita for Yuva, you reveal the Gita and you select some shlokas from it and you use it as a life manual more than anything else. So my question to you is this. Today, if Arjuna were to be a 22-year-old startup owner who is flummoxed by the challenges of the market or whatever, what would be Lord Krishna's first WhatsApp message to him?
Before we go into this, I'll continue.
Yes, please.
Vigyanand said. For us, wealth which we get, and then it is deep in us to give it as service. Very often, when we ask young people, school children, university students, tell some people who served, first name would come out as Mother Teresa. Not Amritanandamayi, not Satya Sai Baba, running free hospitals. So in this regard, some 15 years back, we started. I met Gurumurti ji and we had a discussion, and Chinmay Mission took this up, saying, we will organize Hindu spiritual service fair. So first time when we did, around 35 Hindu organizations came together. It was just like you have the industrial fair, we organized a Hindu spiritual service fair. And slowly it went up. More than 400 plus organizations came. What they do is just put up what is the service done. What is the service done by these people? How many hospitals are there? How many schools are there? How many orphanages we run? How many medical centers are there? This way you just collect the data and you put, and as people are walking out, that would be the biggest banner they have to see. That's when the Hindu woke up, like saying, we have been serving. We have been serving. Imagine the food being served. How many ashrams, how many temples, how many gurudwaras, food is just served. Nobody stays hungry there.
These Kumbh Mela, 650 million people were fed. No government gave them money.
So, collectively what we give is very, very, very high. And last point on this, there is a difference. A service done at the effective level is always noticed. Service done at the cost level, not all will notice. Suppose, let me say, if this place is all dirty, and both of us go there, pick it up, all the dirt, and we put that in a basket, people will cover. Two sannyasis clean the road. On the other hand, if you have visited all the houses and tell them, don't litter, nobody would notice it. That would not be seen as service. When you serve the effect, it will be noticed. When you serve the cause, it is not noticed. Now please think, Ramakrishna Mission, RSS, VHP, Chinmay Mission, Art of Living, Isha Foundation, Satya Sai Baba, Shankara Mutt. You take all the Hindu organizations. If these organizations are not there, what would be the drugs in the society? What would be the, orphanage, destitutes? You prevent all this from happening. Never noticed as service. So our way of serving is like we do it because for us service is prayer. Because we believe seva will purify me. If I serve, I become pure. Really speaking, in a simplest way, if we have to say, the distance between us and God is our selfishness.
Very well said.
The distance between us and God is our selfishness. Reduce the selfishness, we are divine. Seva gives us opportunity to bring God closer. So we work that way. Now coming back to, if Krishna has to send a WhatsApp or Instagram post to Arjuna, probably he would say, I use his own language.
Yeah.
Are you not ashamed spending time on this? Kutastva kashmalamidam vishame samupastitam. When did you land into this, Arjuna? There's much more for you in the world out there to do. And how are you stuck here, hours together and being influenced? Get out, go out, live life. So Arjuna, Krishna would have screamed at him. Exact same words. Kutastva kashmalamidam vishame samupastitam. That should be a good message.
Wonderful, wonderful. This question is for both of you, and I take reference from the book, The Hindu Manifesto. When you're talking about defending our country from the enemy, there is a chapter in there about Hindu resistance to Muslim invaders.
Yeah.
Now, this is again one thing that our history has never taught us. It has only taught us that we kept on getting defeated, so that is why we were enslaved. These stories of our valor were never told to us. So, I would like both of you actually to talk about this a little bit.
First morning session, they were talking about the Satru Bodha, This is, I am telling, our Shastras are very clear about the Satru. This word is created from Sadrili Sadantane, means this purpose of this sutra, root means defeating enemy. That is the Satru word itself means you need to defeat them, That is actual meaning. Coming to our Shastra, I am telling you, our Shastra telling, Jam Janita Dharmasya Moolam Sarva Sukasya. Victory in war is considered dharma activity. Don't understand, eh? Only doing tan ghanti puja in temple is not dharma. Defeating enemy in the war is also considered dharma activity. You remember there was somebody was telling you, Sarnagati ki raksha karo. Somebody came and morning Sridhar was telling, no, our Shastra is very clear. Those who are good people, they should be given refuge. Bad people should not be given refuge, Daya tasmin na kartabya sarnagat ityuttata. Those who are bad people, enemy people, don't give refuge. Don't give saran. Defeat them, destroy them. That is dharma. And nikriti pragya hantabya iti nishchita. Enemy, if it is a crooked, should be destroyed with a crooked stratagem. We as a Hindu, we are such a fool, stupid society. Always these 2-3 words, sarnagat, vasudhaiva kutumbakam, sarve bhantu sukhna. From where I don't know, we have learned these too much. I am telling you how we have lost. I will come to her point. This Prithviraj Chauhan defeated several times to Gauri. Last time Gauri came, we should have defeated, destroyed, finished. Yeah. We left him go. He left him go. That fellow came. Prithviraj again went to all the army in Thaneshwar. He told that Gauri is sending letter. Look, I am not coming to fight. I know I cannot fight with you. Because I am sent by the Khalifa. Therefore I have come. Give me some time. I will go return back. And receiving that letter, all people relax. And morning 4 o'clock when he was going with the lota in the call of nature, Prithviraj Chauhan. That time Gauri attacked him. And this is how we lost 1,000 of years, So our Shastra is very clear. Defeat the enemy using all the strategic means, Nikritya, if, Samarth Guru Ramdas word, Sathe Mahasati, If enemy is a Sat, crooked, you should become Maha crooked, Then only you can defeat the enemy. And again remember thing, Brajantite mood diya prabham bhavantiye mayavasi mainam. Persian, if enemy is Mayavi, if you are not becoming Mayavi, then you will be loser. So, Shastras are very clear. Coming to her point, I'm just giving you, first after death of Muhammad Sahib, Islam captured entire Central Asia, half of the Europe, North and East Africa, and entire Arabian Peninsula within 100 years. That is known as the greatest military victory in the world. Same Islam first attacked 636 Common Era in Bharuch first, then they attacked Thane, that there was no Mumbai that time. And 712 somehow they got foothold in the Sindh. It took them come to Delhi 1196, almost 1206. It took them 500 to travel from Sindh to Delhi. 20 generations our ancestors fought with them, So it is great resistance, and many times we have defeated them. And somebody was telling you, we have not attacked. These are all bakwas, we have a Confederate army. That time these all historians have given. Many times our people have organized Confederate army. Nobody, no doubt, some king will be led, but he was supported the Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, UP, Haryana, all they were supplying with the army, soldier, ration, everything. And this Confederate army used to go and attack. We have attacked up to the Basra. This our Kashmiri king fellow, our Lalita, this has attacked up to the Beijing, We have attacked Beijing, all the Turkish, Central Asian. So we have always doing this, and this coming. So unfortunate part is that this thought is not given. So what I did, there was one professor in Meerut University, Ram Gopal Misra. He wrote a famous book, research book. Before retirement, he took his PhD leave. He went to the Ali Gali Muslim University. There he went through all the Islamic chronicles, and through that he wrote Indian resistance to early Muslim invader. So that book summary I have given here, how we as a Hindu society resisted to all the foreign attack, and also Sitaram Goyal wrote a book, Heroic Hindu Resistance. Both the book summary is given here, how we resisted. We have not surrendered. Still we are fighting. And remember, our ancestors fought with almost 115 generation. Post independence, 3 generations you are getting tired, You remember 115 generation our ancestors fought and resisted. Therefore, in this air-conditioned hall here in Kamb, you are enjoying. Otherwise, many of you will become Joseph and Samuel, and we will become Muhammad, Falana and Dikanta.
same question. I want to ask one question to the audience. How many of you have heard of Swami Vigyanand? Okay. But even in a room like this, even in an audience like this, 100% hands did not go up. There is a reason why I am raising this question. Sage Vidyaranya was the guru of Hakka and Bukka who actually got them back into Hindu Dharma. They were forcibly converted. And Chinmay Mission did a wonderful theatrical production based on Swami Vidyaranya's life, and I have seen it. And they have made it so beautifully relevant to the current scenario that everybody who is watching this knows the story of our true heroes. So I would like to ask Swami Mitranand about his opinion on this and about using stories like this about our heroes and how we can make it more approachable to the youth.
Yeah. Vidya Bharati and Chinmay Mission came together 3 years ago. We worked on history books for standards 6, 7 and 8. The books are titled Radiant Bharat, Resilient Bharat, Resurgent Bharat. So 6th standard was, for that age we have brought out what was Bharat. How did we have 32% of the world GDP? What was the kind of richness across the country what we have? So that was a very, very good introduction to the standard 6 for the history. So all the Vidya Bharati schools and Chinmay Mission, Vidya Bharati for you, Vidya Bharati runs around 26,000 schools. RSS.
They are the largest schooling program in the world.
Correct. And like-minded Hindu schools have joined. So last time when I got to know around 60,000 books were out last year. People buy these books and it's the school curriculum. So 6th standard is all about the glory, radiant. 7th standard is all about resilient. Like Swamiji said, when there was from Sindh to come to Delhi, it took time for them. That's because there was always a resistance. Very, very strong resilience. Otherwise they would have wiped out long ago. These resilient heroes are not discussed. We talk about conqueror, we speak about what they did, etc. Who resisted them? So we have picked up all the resistance forces. And that's the research which we did, and that's the book for the 7th standard. 3rd standard is resurgent. That Bharat is now coming back. Yes, we had our own time of weakness, etc. No more, it is not anymore the same. We are rising and we are moving. It's like today, in my understanding of Bharat, we must be very honest about it. We must thank RSS first. They served for 100 years. Biggest resistance force which brought Bharat together and move forward. So it's like a U-turn. We have lost the road, went on the wrong side. Now we have made that turn. It's a matter of time we come to the point. Since the turn is made, we have to just grind the last bit of it, grin and bear, come back to the point where we lost, and after that it would be a speed in which we would progress, nobody can find us. We would really go forward. Because it's that U-turn we have already made. Where we have lost, now we are getting back to that point. But the wrong route which we are going, the turn is already made. I think the next generation maximum, they will reach to the point where we went off, and from there won't be any turning back. So, radiant, resilient, resurgent, we have to be aggressive. I 100% agree with what Vigyanand said, and we are friends. So I cannot even disagree. We have been friends for a very maybe 20 years now. So, and our thinking is the same. I endorse every bit of what he said, that we have to be aggressively good. Krishna did not spare. If Karna has to be killed, he said kill him. There's no weapon, nothing. Don't talk all these. Because what he did, he deserves a death, just finish him. Because Karna did that. I mean, he could go and cut a teenager's string, the bow from the back. 7 of them attacking Abhimanyu. Where are these guys? They deserve mercy? Definitely not. So when his chariot was stuck on the road, and he could not move, he said, cut his head. He did not mince words. He was straight. He was very clear that these deserve that punishment. Do it. So that Hinduism, that spirit is something which we need to be bringing it back. We need to bring it back. We have to be vocal. If that aggressive goodness can come back, you don't harm anybody. Krishna did not go to harm anybody. But those who deserve that punishment, he showed no mercy. And he went ahead with it.
Just to add, I forgot one thing. Ram Gopal Mishra thesis is why we lost to Islam, because we started behaving with Islamic invader as a football tournament. So we should not behave with the enemy as a tournament. Enemy should be always identified, defeat and destroy.
That is a very, very inspiring and very necessary thought at this time of the day. Now I come to another controversy created actually. There is tons of literature available, atrocity literature, about how women are ill-treated in India, how women were always given a secondary position in Hinduism. You know, the usual tropes of sati, this, that, whatever. But when I read your book and the chapter on women, it gives a totally different picture. Now my question to you is, how is this concept of Sri Shakti different from the Western notions of feminism, one, and what is our thought relating to women?
So first we have to understand just for your clarification, some conservative will say women has no right of reading Veda, chanting. I am telling you all these are bogus, this bogus completely, I am telling you the Rig Veda, Brihad Devata has mentioned 28 Mahila Rishi. I am using the Mahila, women Rishi. They have not used the word Mahila Rishi, female Rishi. They have used Brahmavadini. 28 Brahmavadini Rishi. Rishi is gender neutral. Don't, feminine, masculine. This is gender neutral. That is the highest position. 28 female Rishis are mentioned in the Rig Veda. I have collected all their mantra, put it here. I have not translated because the book will become very big. So, providing highest respect. Remember, not equality, Equality, what is the difference between men and women, X and X and X and Y? Two chromosome difference, XX chromosome, XY chromosome. Rest is the same thing. Haddi, all the bone, marrow, everything is the same. There is no, equality is given them in nature. How as a civilization we are giving, so I have written as a sutra, highest respect for women. This is from the Rig Veda, Agra Eti Yuti Haryana, Come to the Western concept. See, Western concept, in the name of equality, I am telling you, this is Western, in the name of equality to the women, they have snatched their dignity, You understand? In the name of equality, they have snatched their dignity. Oh, I don't know how to explain in English, when you are saving also, there is a women there. I don't know how they do add, when you are saving, there is also women. When you are selling car also, in ad there will be women in a scanty dress. Everywhere objectification of women is there, That is what they have portrayed. And therefore, I don't want to say, per capita, the amount of law you can create, amount of liberalism you can create, where is the highest rape capital of the world? Britain. Per 1 lakh, there is 170 rape happening in Britain. In Sweden, which is the richest paisawala country, 84, 85 rape is happening per 1 lakh, and Bharat 2.8, because still we have hold the respect for women in our society. So this is difference. They are talking about equality. We are not talking about the equality. We are talking about the respect. Shastra say, I have mentioned in the book, in any circumstances, women should not be killed. In any circumstances, they should not be insulted. Any circumstances, they should not be insulted. And even if they are at wrong side, they are not at fault. That is what all I have mentioned. This is not new. This is all from those days. And coming to you are talking about how the difference is there. Satyabhama is asking Draupadi, how come Pandavas are doing Dharma activity? So, the Draupadi is telling, I look after the income and expenditure of the state. For your point of view, modern time, she is a housemaker, a house lady is green, homemaker. Homemaker. She is not employed any bureaucrats, CO, PO, she is not CO. But what she is telling, I look up the income and expenditure of the estate of the Pandavas. I look after the finance and administration of Pandava. Then they have time to do the Dharma activity. You can see the involvement, the decision making of that state. That is what our status of women is different from European concept. In the name of equality, they have snatched their dignity. What is our feminine divinity? We have to give respect. And coming to the again higher point. In Shastra say Upadhyana dasacharam satapita. Sahastrin Pitrin Matra Gauravan preaching. One teacher is a greater, one principal is greater than the 10 teacher, one father is greater than the 100 principal, one mother is greater than the 1,000 father. This is what our concept is.
Swamiji, would you like to add?
I had a few points on this, mainly to you and to the organizers. This is something which we need to look into. Because these kind of narratives have been pushed on us very strongly. It has to be handled intellectually. It has to be handled with facts. So how do I fact check a book? How do I fact check a book? If there is, let's say, Bhagavad Gita, how do I fact check Bhagavad Gita? How do I understand what is Gita talking about? For literature festival, this is very important. Maybe, like Western Ghat Lit Fest can think about this as one of the things to do further. In our method of analyzing a book, we call it Shadvidalinga. Shadvidalinga, 6 points. It's a very time-tested Hindu methodology of analyzing a book.
Analyzing knowledge.
Knowledge, basically. First point is Upakrama Upasamhara. A book should have a beginning and an end. In case of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna was confused. Arjuna got clarity. The book had a beginning and an end. Upakrama Upasamhara, first point. Second point, what is that book repeating again and again? What is repeated in that book constantly? Abhyasa. What is the book repeating? Which point? Yes, Bhagavad Gita speaks about heaven. Mrityulokam Vishanti, Shine Punya Mrityulokam. You go, heaven is spoken in the Gita, maybe 5 verses. But moksha is spoken more often. So what is the point is repeated again and again in that book? Abhyasa. Second point. Third, what is original about that book? Look at the way of analyzing. If we write a book, it should be, is it an original thought? Or is it a plagiarized? Or is it taken from somewhere? Is there original? Now look, there was never a book like Mahabharata. Or in a battlefield of war. I mean, in a war, knowledge being given. Very, very unique, Apurvata. Absolutely new, fresh, not copied, original idea, Apurvata. Next, the next point is Arthavada. What is the book praising about? Is the book praising about realization of God, or is the book praising about X, Y, Z? So you need to check what is the book praising. That is called Arthavada. Upakrama Upasamhara, Abhyasa, Apurvata, Arthavada, Phala. If I read this book, what will I get? Phala. Sixth point is Upapati. Is it logical? Is it rational? Does it follow a method of understanding? Or it is random thoughts put together? Or there is a step-by-step growth? It doesn't follow. Now these are the 6 methods, Hindu method of analyzing a book. We must bring this. Put this concept, let the judgment be our style, not somebody from outside giving us a method by which they will judge a book. We must keep our method to judge our books. If we adopt this matrix, this lens of Shadvidalinga, what Swamiji said, from Rigveda onwards, how women are respected. You will bring it down and you will see Arthavada would be women. Apurvata speaking would be women. Abhyasa, glory of women was repeated. And Follow how she holds the family, how one is benefited. Everything you will see how we have praised and positioned women. That would come out. We should use our lens to prove our point. If we can do this, we will definitely change the narrative. So this is called Shadvida Linga literature. Hereafter, any book or any talk, if a person gives a lecture, you keep the 6 points and analyze, you will get the gist of the talk.
Yeah.
It had a beginning, had an end, repeated these points again and again. This is the uniqueness, never heard anywhere. This is something, this is what the person praised. If I follow, I'll get this. And there was a logical flow. So it can be a talk which can be analyzed. It can be a book which can be analyzed. If we can do that, we will show to the world every aspect of ours where we have positioned different values. It is called Shadvida Linga. Introduce this into the literary fest so that we will be in a position to examine, investigate, understand a book perfectly. Thank you.
Wonderful. It's 3:25. I have 5 minutes. This discussion can go on and on and on. There are lots of points to be covered, but I will take questions, yes. So I am ending it here. Thank you very much for such an enlightening discussion. I really enjoyed hosting this. And I will now open the floor for questions. We just have 5 minutes. So please just ask the question. Do not make any observations.
Swami, the Shadvida Linga, where can we find out more about it? Read the basics.
It is there in many of our books.
This is
Vedanta Saram,
this is
and all
not
that
a
is
Hindu
there.
methodology. Those who understand what is Swami mentioned, you will get Vedanta Sar, many will get it. We have
Vedanta Sar is one book, but there are many books.
many books everywhere.
Any one will do.
Yeah. Now you could go Chat GPT, you ask Shadvida Linga.
Not Chat GPT.
Chat GPT
I
will give you all 6 points.
Chat GPT will not
Because
do
no, Swami, it will give. Because we trained it.
Achha.
We repeated it and made it understand. Yeah. It will give.
Any other questions I would like all
Yeah.
the students here to ask?
Before a student, I will just, because time there is no, see, I am talking about the territory of Bharat. Morning somebody was telling, so King Mandata said, King Mandata said that under his rule, the region included Yavanas, Greeks, Kirata, Central Asia, Gandhara, Afghanistan, China. China was under us. They used to pay taxes. Sarvara, Barbara means Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt, Mali, Niger, Mauritania, Saka, Tusara, Kanka, Palwa, Iranian, Andhra, Madrika, Pondra, Pulinda, Ramatha, Cambodia, Upper Hima, Afghan. These are all the area under us. We have lost this territory. Just I wrote this only because China say we have captured this part, that part, that part. I told whole China was under us, so you should return back.
One second. What he read out, what Swamiji read out is very important. Whether we do it or not, but this flame should be on. We need to reclaim every lost territory. That torch has to be handed over. It has to go to the next generation. It can't be done our lifetime. Certain goals are few decades. So it has to be passed to the next generation that every inch of the territory lost should be reclaimed. Every position which we lost has to be reclaimed. If we were once guide to the world, that position we should reclaim.
Any questions?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, when we are educating the youth about the glory, past glory of Bharat, see, when is that we are going to declare certain monuments like Taj Mahal, Red Fort, Qutub Minar as an Indian, made by Indians, made by Indian Rajas and Rishis. Why it is not happening still? Still we read that, see, these are the monuments made by Mughals. Why is it so?
So, you see, I am telling you, see, still we are holding this political power in last 1000 years, only 8 to 12 years, 12 years. It will take little more time, everything will come. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So, you should strive for that.
No, sir, once again, I'll explain further. You can't take all battles at the same time. We don't have the bandwidth. We don't have it. It is easy for us to feel about it, but we really don't have the bandwidth to take all battles at a time. And to win these battles, you need political power. So whichever party is willing to support these things, we should favor them. So, and they should stay in power. So, one by one, the battles can be taken over. It will happen. What you feel is a feeling, not 1, 2, at least 70% of India feels for it. It will come.
The young man there.
Swamiji, so many people like Gauravi, they ridicule our gods and they make like a lot of bad comments about our religion. So is it really necessary to engage with them and fact prove them that they are wrong? Because we know that it is nonsense, and engaging with them will give them support, as that issue will get discussed more even though it's not there.
We should know to give it back to them in a very smart way. You should have wit for it, satire for it, put it out in that way that guy feels ashamed. And you should have your own team. This can't be taken one. You put a comment, let us say, someone posts something derogatory. You counter it. You need support. Enough. I'll tell you. There was Kurukshetra once. Okay. Today it is all logarithms. The war is there. You need to have your support. You should convince your friends, etc., that at this I am countering, and you counter this way. And if 20 of them pounds on that one person, he'll be silenced. So you need to counter that way. You can't go away like that, because there are some people who do not know to counter, read it and get frustrated. That frustration is not going to help us. We need young people, intellectual warriors, who will know to give it back intellectually. That is important.
Thank you very much. It's been a wonderful.
Before just concluding, I just want to mention in this chapter 6, I have explained what is the original meaning of Varna. What is the actual meaning of Jati? Jati is not the what Brahman Jati, Kshatriya Jati, you know. Jati, Akriti Jati Lingakya from the Shastra, you know. It is cognition in the mind, that is actually Jati. What is actually Jatiya, you know, national, you know. You have Bangladesh Jatiya Party, BNP, that is national, you know. Jatiya Sansad, I mean, it is in the national meaning. You have there is the word Jnati. Jnati means Kulam Vansaparam. That is a misconstruct, you know. This Jnati word has become Jati, you know. That is a big mistake in our tradition we have done. So all those things I have explained here. In the last, those who say that our society discriminated Karna because of caste, this is totally wrong. Karna was educated in the same Gurukul along with the Pandava, Kaurava, along other prince in the same Gurukul by Dronacharya, Kripacharya, you know. So this is all bogus thing. There is no fact. This is only TV created thing, you know. Namaste.
Thank you.
I have a request. We have created a AI Kamb AI version. It's a 2-minute trailer. Young people, someone who's in school final, someone who's in the first year university, these youngsters made it. We would release it very soon, but you can just see the trailer of it.
And then you will see how internationally Hindu youth are thinking about the society. That video I will also play.
Play Kamb now, and then if the lights can go off, it will be better. Thanks.
Chairs.
Yeah, sure. Volume. Rewind, please. Rewind.